Hi everyone and welcome back to the latest Power BI tutorial. This is also a part of multiples of 100 plus data science project series. In this video, we're going to be creating here an interactive Netflix dashboard using Power BI. So बिना किसी तरह के हर हर महादेव बल के start करते हैं tutorial. For building a dashboard for Netflix, you're going to be using the dataset from the Kaggle that's called Netflix movies and TV shows. And this is a data set. Just need to go on here and create one account on that, and after that simply go and here and click on the download button. So this is our Power BI interface. So first thing first, I'm going to importing here the data set. I'm going to click here to get data, and I'm going to selecting here the CSV and click here to connect, because we're going to loading here one CSV file from our directory. So this is our CSV file, Netflix underscore title.csv, and click here to open. So it will take few seconds here to loading your data set in your Power BI. Now you can see how data set is loaded. You can also take a look of your data set. You can also do the changes on that. You can also transform your data, but I don't think that I don't need to do the transformation of the data set. I am simply going to click it and load the data set from here. And now you can see our data set is loaded, and you can see creating the connection in the model. It will also creating here on model view. Okay, that's what creating this model, and inside this data sections, you can see the data set, and in the visualizations you can see here all of the visualization tools that are available. So you can see here there is an error, so just click here to view errors, and after that I need to removing this error because there is some error like missing value or duplicate types of value. So I'm simply going to remove this rows from here. Just remove these errors. Okay, our error is removed, and click it to close and apply. Now it will apply all the changes in my data set. Fine. Now inside this data section you can see here Netflix title. If I open this out, you can see here all of the columns that is available inside my data set, and also the visualization tool. And also you can see here another section that's called a filter. You can also filter those out. So first I'm simply going to changing this background color to the black that you see in the view thumbnail. So just go on here, and I'm going to using here the canvas background and try to make this color should be the black. You can also change, you can also using here some images from your directory. You can, it's better, you can also using here the gradient types of images. So simply going to transparent 0%. Now you can see it's converted into full black. So that's our canvas background. Okay, now don't change to the wallpaper, but when you try to export this one, it's better you can change the background. And when you export this file, you can get all of the things in a one single PNG format. Well, now what I can do first, I'm going to add here one chart that's called a do not chart. So this one, simply click on here, do not chart. Now inside this event and the value and the details, you need to giving here all of the things. So now what I can do, I am simply going to creating here one do not chart based on my TV shows and the movies. So TV shows or movies are available inside this type. If you go inside here, the table view, and you can see here show ID, type, title, director, all of the things. Your data set is full loaded. If I see this type inside this type, you can see TV shows, and also it having the movies. Okay, that's a type. Now based on the type and the ID, I am simply going to creating here one a donut chart. Okay, I'm going to simply going to creating here one donut chart. So let's try to creating this one. Also you can see here in the model view that how many data sets are available. You can also check this out. That's called a model. Okay, that's called a model view, and this is a report view, and inside this report view you need to actually using here your whole data set. Now what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to pass here this type inside my legend, and inside my values I'm going to passing here the show ID. Okay, because ID is unique. But here the problem, you can see here there's some mismatch value or missing value available. So that's why you need to also filter those out. You need to filter those out. You need to filter the types, and you need to selecting here the movies and the TV shows, and simply you can see here it automatically remove those one like mismatch value is available inside the data set. It will remove this one. So this is the working of the filter that you see. Now what I can do, you can simply going to do some changes on that. So I'm simply going to select this and go inside this format, and in the legend you can see here it having the text. So let's try to make this one white. Okay, and you can see this the legend is right now converted into white, and try to increase this size. And also just go on the slices. You can also change the slice color. So just let's make this one slice color, and this one is okay. I don't think that is needed. Okay, then after that inside this general, and to go inside these titles, and you can see just going to change these titles. That's called TV shows and movie. So let's make it TV shows and movies. Okay, that's it. Now let's try to make it in the center and try to increase the size. Let's say 18. Okay, 18 or 20. Okay, 1920 is okay, fine. Now I need to do the same thing for subtitle if it is needed. I don't need the subtitle is needed here. Now I need to also changing this color effect and try to make this transparent. This should be the 100%. Now you can see here it's transparent with the background. And after that, I also open the visual border, and I'm also using here this visual border color should be the white because this is a black background. So let's make it 13 pixels. Now you can see here one visual background is added. Just I have to change in these types of the textual data. So for that I have to go inside this journal and titles and change the color should be the white. Okay, white color. Now you can see white color is converted. Then we have the subtitle. I don't think that the subtitle is needed. You can also open this out and now you can see subtitle is created. I don't think that the subtitle is needed. If I go inside this visual again, and you can see details label, and inside this detail level the values you can see the colors. Just need to changing this out in the white so that it's look better. You can see white. You can also change the size of that. Let's try to change this one. Let's say 14. Okay, now it is increases. Okay, so what I can do, and inside the slices you can also changing these types. Let's say I'm going to remove this one. Now you can see here details labels is gone. Okay, if I try to make this on, and you can see details labels is on. That's really fine now. So now what I can do is simply going to try to change this one like this way and set it inside it here. Now we're simply going to creating here another chart that's called stacked bird chart, or you can say the horizontal bird chart. So let's click on here. Now it is created. So what I'm going to do first, you're going to create in the bar chart for the genres. So genres is available inside my listing. So inside this y-axis, I'm going to passing here my listed in, and in the x-axis, I'm going to passing here my show ID. Now you can see here it is created dramas, international, all the things that you can see. This is nothing but my genres. So I am simply going to do some design, but it's better you can just copy it here and click on format printer and just paste it. Now you can see here it formatted this out. It's formatted this out. But it also change this title also. Just go on here and in the y-axis, you can see here just make this color should be the white color. Okay, you can see white color is created, and in the x-axis I am trying to convert these values into the white color. Okay, so you can see it's also converted in the white color, and also in the x-axis I don't think that the title is needed, and in the y-axis, so the x-axis I don't think that the title is needed. So you can stop this out, simple. And if I go inside this general and it have the title, just going to change this title. Okay, let's call genres. So genres. Okay, okay, genres spelling ठीक है क्या? Okay, yes, genres. Okay, let's try to increase this size. Okay, size is increased already. Now you can also giving here some spacing. I don't think the spacing is needed. And also you can see the visual border is also available. This is for the genres. Okay, you can also filter those. So let's top 10 genres on your data set. You can also filter those out. So let's try to creating here another stacked bird chart. You can also see that the horizontal bird chart. So this time we're simply going to creating it for the titles. So we have in the we are also based on the rating. So inside this x-axis and passing in the rating, in the y-axis I'm going to using here this show title. Okay, you can see count of the show ID. So if I click on here and you can see count distinct, it will also counting this value based on the fractional point. If I go this genres again, and now you can see show ID. If I using here this count distinct, now you can see it also changes this out. Okay, little bit changes. I don't think that. Okay, let's go on here again and count distinct. Okay, fine. Okay, now let's go on here and try to again use this format painter and paste it out. Okay, just have one mistake. I just need to click on here, and after that I need to click into the format painter and paste it here, the format painter. Okay, now you can see it looks good, and I just need to change this title, and here are the titles, and I have to change this out based on the rating by total titles. Okay, total titles. Okay, total titles. If you go inside this out, okay, rating by total titles, I mean, and it also changing these things here. Rating by show ID. I see you can see the show ID. I just need to using here this rating by total title. Now you can see rating by total title. I mean, because this show ID is not necessary, because user give me the rating based on the titles of the movies. So that's why I'm using here this total number of titles. You can also you can also filter those out. Let's say how many rating are available. You can also, let's say, top 10 or top 9. You can also using this filter and try to do the filtering for the rating one. Okay, so now what I can do, I am simply going to creating here now the what is called, it's called the area chart. I am simply going to creating here the area chart based on the release year. So what I can do, I am simply going to creating here one uh, this called the area chart, and I'm going to drag and drop. Okay, it's just create a little bit. Okay, and just need to change create on here area chart, and inside this x-axis, and I'm going to passing here my release year. Okay, in the y-axis, I'm going to giving here my count ID, and I'm going to selecting here the count distinct. Okay, now it's created. Okay, this is our chart. Okay, this is our chart for based the release year. So I'm simply going to click on here and use the format painter and try to paste it here. Now you can see here it's also formatting this out. In the y-axis, I have the count of the show ID, and now inside the legend, I'm going to giving here based on my types. So in the legend, I'm going to be use here based on the type, so that because we have the movies and the TV shows, and based on the movies on TV show, that how it will gradually increases. If you can see in this after 2000, you can see it's gradually increasing these movies and also the TV shows. But in the TV shows is right now in the last year, TV shows is increases that you see in the graph. You can also changing this color of the graph. So I just need to changing this type the title. So I don't think that all the things is settled, because so just need to change in this one. Let's call uh, a total movies. Okay, total movies and TV shows by release year. Okay, release year. Okay, fine. छोटा तो इसलिए. Okay, let's try to changing this out also. Total should be the capital T. Okay, and now you can see it's better. You can make it bold. Okay, it's better. You can also make this one bold. Bold. Let's try to make this one also bold. This one also bold. Fine. And you can see total movies and TV shows by the release year. Also, you can also do one changes on here. If you go into this effect control, okay, not effect control, in the visual, you can also changing this color for the legends, and for the legends, for the x-axis and the y-axis, it having some colors like inside this values. You can also changing this color of the things in the x-axis and the y-axis, and also you can also using here the grid line. If you try to using here the markers, you can also using here the markers. I mean, which point it will added. You can just go on here and try to check this out. You can also give it here the markers. Go to stop the data label if it is, if we don't need it. But I think that data label is needed, so that's why I changing this out in the data levels. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, so now our total movies and the TV shows by release year is also added. Okay, release should be the TV shows and release year, release. Okay, yes, release year. Fine. Okay, थोड़ा mistake हो जाती है यहाँ पर. Okay, release year, that's fine. Now what I can do, I am simply going to format this out. Just to wait, format this out, and also format this out. Okay, इधर पे format हो जा, थोड़ा capital यहाँ पर. Fine. Now the here is it. Let's try to also decrease this one. And now this is the genres. Okay, genres. Here is it. Okay, fine. Genres. Now I need to also add it here one things. That's called the tree map. You can also using here this field map, but this time I am simply going to show you this tree map. Okay, So tree map is nothing but for the mapping. So we're going to simply go into mapping this out based on the country. On the category, I'm going to passing here the country. Then inside the values, I'm going to passing here my show ID. Okay, in the show ID, now you can see here all of the things is added inside my country. So now we can simply going to filter those out. Let's say I'm going to show, let's say, top 10 country. So what I can do, I am simply going to give here the country inside this data field, and I'm going to filtering here, let's say top 10 based on the by value show ID, and apply the filter. Now you can see based on the show ID, I mean top 10 filter, it will actually creating here the graph, I mean for the tree map for the country. Okay, so let's go on here and try to use this format painter and try to format this out. Now you can see count by show ID by country. Now I'm simply going to go on here and try to change this out inside the journal, inside the titles, and let's make this out. Let's call top 10 countries by movies and TV shows. Movies and TV shows. Okay, fine. Now what I can do, we can simply go into creating here another things just for total titles, and also adding here one images on that. Okay, so for that what I can do is simply going to creating here one that's called, what is this, yes, it's simply going to creating here on cart. Okay, idhar nahi, idhar nahi, idhar nahi. Okay, I am simply going to creating here one card, this outside of the graph, and inside this card I am simply going to passing here the value. Let's say first total titles. So first paste it here. This is the total titles, and I'm going to give it here and count distinct. And you can see a total number of title is available inside the data set. And simply I'm going to select this one and format painter and format this paint out. Okay. Now you can see here this is our format painter. Now I just need to changing here the things. Let's say category values, and I'm going to increase this size. Okay, increase the size. थोड़ा और करना पड़ेगा. Okay, and after that I'm going to making this should be the white, and I don't need the category level is needed. If I go inside the journal, and I can also giving here one title. Let's giving here one title. Let's call the total titles. Okay, titles. Okay, total titles. Here you go, and you can also giving here okay, that's fine. Now we can just go on drag it drop out here and try to copy this out, and I'm going to pasting here the 5 times. Okay, it's pasted multiple time. Let's go on here and here and here. Okay, and it also pasting here another time. Let's paste B 2 times. Okay, 2 times. This is for here and another one is here. Don't worry, we also format those out. Okay, so this is for total titles, and this is for total rating. So just click on here and total rating kidhar gaya, idhar. Okay, let's go on here and you can see count distinct, and total rating is 19. If I go inside that and inside this journal and change this title, let's call the total rating. Okay, total rating. Okay, and again same things here. Let's say total genre. So inside that, let's say make it our total genres. Okay, GENERES genres. Okay, and go inside this visual border and go on the format and try to change this one based on genres. So genre is available inside the listed in, and I'm going to give it here and count distinct. And this is the total genre, that how many genre are available. Now let's also change this out the locations. So using here this country, and you can see here the count distinct, and inside this format, and I'm going to using his title, that's called the total location. Okay, total location. Fine. Now we have the another one that's called the start year and the end year. So this, let's say the start year. So start year, and I just need to change this one, should be the end year. Okay, and year. Okay, so start year, end year, and go inside this format, and inside this year where this release year, I'm going to paste it here, and this is for the end year. So I just need to change in this maximum, and I need to using here this same release year and try to getting this minimum one. Okay, I'm going to start it from the 190.25. Okay, now I need to also adding here one icon. So what I can do, I simply going to adding here on images. So for that, I need to go inside the insert and change, take one images, and these are our images, and click it open. This is our images. Okay, now we are going to simply going to format this out. Okay, so let's try to format this out. Thoda idhar aayega. Okay, fine. Let's go and go on here, and also try to make this one quite increases. Okay, and let's try to go down, quite down. Okay, fine, it's fine now. And also need to do this on here. This is our end year. This is our release year. Okay, a start year, end year, and you have the Netflix icon, the total number of title. Okay, and here you go. Here is it. Yeah, here you go. And also you have the total number of locations and total number of genres. So let's try to also increase the size, and I think it in the same thing, same way. Okay, in the same row. Okay, here we go. Yeah, fine. Now let's try to increase the size, that Netflix, and start here and the end here. Okay, now you can see here, this is our complete dashboard. So well, so this is our dashboard. So now what I can do is simply going to export this out. So for exporting, just need to using here export, and you can export as PDF. Okay, this is exporting in a PDF format, and it will automatically reloading this thing. Okay, and now you can see here, this is our dashboard that you can see. This is our dashboard. You can increase the size. Okay, you can export is in a PDF format. Otherwise, you can also export it in a PBTX format. That's for the Power BI format. This is how it's look like, the dashboard. This is the basics one, the basics of one, and I'm creating here the basics of dashboard using the Power BI. So if you need some advanced types of project, he can also follow the Knowledge Doctor YouTube channel. In the upcoming videos, I am trying to make some advanced types of Power BI projects. So that's it for today now, and hope you enjoy this tutorial, and make sure to subscribe to the channels, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. So I'll be back with the tutorial. So till then, take care and bye bye.